This is my no fluff guide for normal and heroic Broodtwister, the 6th boss in Nerubar Palace. This is a one-phase, single target / priority adds fight with lust on pull. This fight is all about managing two things: the eggs around the room and the purple goo on the ground. Basically, you want to keep everything out of this goo, like yourself, the boss, ads, etc. Especially the boss and the ads, because they'll become empowered if they touch it. Now the room is divided into 3 parts, each with a goo container at the end. Tanks, pick a part to start the boss on, and then shortly after, he'll run over to whatever container is there, and then some goo will come out and it'll slowly start to creep across the floor. Now it's your job to keep him out of this goo, but don't run over to another part. Keep him on the part that you started on until it's almost completely covered in goo. Otherwise, he'll run over to the new section of the room, open that container, release that goo, and you'll run out of space. Now if you're not the tank and you get a purple circle around you, run over to an egg and wait until it hatches into an ad. There are 3 types of eggs, each spawning a different ad. Big ones that spawn a tank busting spider, skinnier ones that spawn a worm that needs to be interrupted, and then smaller clustered ones that spawn a bunch of mini ads that need to be CC'd and killed. Now generally speaking, you want to hatch the eggs that are closest to the purple goo, because once the goo reaches eggs, it'll automatically hatch them, spawn an empowered ad, and do some nasty raid damage. Here is the order that my group follows to hatch the eggs, but there are a lot of different strategies that can work, so just make sure that you ask your raid leader. Tanks, when the eggs hatch, whichever one of you doesn't have the boss needs to round up the ads. And make sure to taunt swap after volatile concoction. But be careful with this, because once it expires, it's going to do raid-wide damage based on your missing health. So pop a defensive, and healers, make sure this tank is topped off. Don't stand in the swirlies. And on heroic, if you get a white circle, run out and call for a dispel when no one's inside of it. And that's it, you should be good to go. Now if you like these guides, please share them with your group, guildies, or whoever. One of the biggest challenges for new streamers like myself is discoverability. So if you find these genuinely useful, spreading them around helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate it. Anyways, hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next one.